I want everyone to take a look at these two pictures. I want everyone to take a look at these two pictures. What do you see and what's the difference? On the left, we can see a child whose body is dangerously thin because he does not have enough food and nutrition to survive. In contrast, on the right, we can see a child whose life is surrounded by chips, junk foods, and sweet drinks, consuming more calories than his body needs. And at first, these two children seem completely different because one represents hunger and the other represents overconsumption. But here is the surprising truth. Both of them are experiencing the same problem. Good morning, everyone. My name is Natasha, and today I will reveal to you all a huge hidden global crisis that is slowly destroying our generation, but unfortunately, we barely know what it is. Let me introduce you to malnutrition. Malnutrition does not mean having no food, but malnutrition means having the wrong kinds of food that does not provide the nutrition that our bodies need. And this problem is much bigger than we think, because globally, around 37.7 million children are affected by this worldwide. And in East Java, there are more than 430,000 cases of malnutrition by 2024, which contributes to a 19.8% of national stunting rate in Indonesia. Now, as Christian, this issue reminds us of important values like responsibility, that we have to be responsible of our own body and health that we are entrusted in. And since we love the community and we want every family to also take care of the body and health they are entrusted with, we provide a service for children who is malnourished to help them overcome their malnutrition problem easier. And that crisis inspired us to create Sproutly. Without further ado, my friend Bob here will explain the origin of why malnutrition happens.
Okay, so moving on to why. Why does malnutrition happen? Well, a lot of people may assume that malnutrition happens due to the fact that families does not have enough food for their children, to support their children. However, the problem is far more complex than that itself, such as the first major issue that we discussed about is the affordability of nutrient-rich ingredient meals. Without it, our children cannot have a healthy body and healthy growth. And also the second major issue that we also discussed about is the lack of knowledge about people, about the lack of knowledge on on what to feed our children. As you can see here in the picture, the mother is feeding a big piece of chocolate, which is unhealthy. This is the cause of this is the consequences of what happened to the child. If the mother doesn't know how to feed their child, most likely, additionally, most families will spend more money on fast food industries such as KFC, McDonald's, and etc., which leads them to spending more than they could. So what are the consequences of this? Well, there are a lot of consequences, such as stunted growth. This can also affect your learning ability and also the increase of obesity rates. Now I will pass this speaker on to Rhea.
So to address this issue, our group created Sproutly, a website that is meant to help families plan nutritious and affordable meals. Before we showcase our website, we would like to take a moment to explain how our idea developed. So at first, we only wanted to provide simple meal facts and recipes. However, we realized that this idea was way too common. So we decided to add more unique features and redesign the entire concept. Now onto our website. We encourage you to scan the QR code or visit the link bit.ly/Sproutly so that you could follow along while we explain the features of our website. When you open the website, this is what the homepage should look like. You'll note that this is the correct site if there is the logo at the top left corner and a slogan that says nutritious meals should be affordable for everyone. Our first main feature is the recipe page. The recipe page provides simple meals made with ingredients that are easy to access and affordable. These meals are meant to be nutritious, but they are still budget-friendly. The next feature is the meal planning page. With this feature, users are able to plan their meals for the entire week so that it is easier to maintain a balanced diet. This system also tracks nutritional elements such as protein, fats, and carbohydrates, vitamins, and calories. The third feature is the grocery list. The grocery list calculates the ingredients needed for each planned meal and shows an estimated total cost. If the cost is still too high, users can cross out ingredients that they don't want to include in their purchase so that it is still budget-friendly. The final feature is the community aid. The community aid helps users find and see nearby services such as food banks and nutritional clinics. This feature can afford additional support for families who need help accessing food. Next, the login and sign up page. When you log in or sign up, this is what the page looks like, and it will save your data. And once you do, this is what the home page should look like. Now I will pass this on to Samuel, who will explain the meaning and impact of the website.
Okay, so that's right. So there in Sproutly, maybe people have some issue. There's three kind of issue. For the first one is about time. If they doesn't have enough time, well, in Sproutly, we will gonna not waste your time because we have like some information like the ingredients or like the price or like the how step by step to make the food, and that is we already have in it. So you doesn't need waste your time for experimenting. And the second one is about the money. And Sproutly is about affordable one. So you get a healthy meal and affordable ingredients. And with a simple step, and that is really good for you, for those that have not enough money. And the third one is about lack of information. Well, in here, we all gonna not lack of information because there's like step by step, and then like the ingredients and the price. So you will gonna not lack of information. If you just lack of it, just read it. And then also, with this, it just makes Sproutly is practical and realistic. And who knows that when you are using Sproutly, you just need around $6 to $7 for each day for a meal.
Yes, I agree with what Samuel said. Our website, Sproutly, combines technology and accessibility in a one easy-to-use platform that we can all agree can help reduce malnutrition. But technology alone is not enough. Change begins with awareness and action. Therefore, we invite everyone here to contribute to improving nutrition, whether through by education, innovation, or simply through sharing what you've got today to other people. And as Anne Wigmer, who is a health practitioner, the founder of Hippocrates Health Institute, and is known as the mother of living foods, said, "The food you eat can be either the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. And that is why nutrition matters. It's not a privilege, it's a necessity." Both of these plates can fill a stomach, but only one can truly nourish a child's future. So don't just walk away today remembering the problem. Walk away today ready to be part of the solution. Thank you.